What up, Child Free fam? It's your girl LT back with another video. So this is going to be another episode of my Parents Who Regret Having Kids series. I got 3 fresh stories that I actually printed out last night that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And these are actually brand new fresh stories that was posted on Reddit last night that I wanted to go ahead and give you guys my feedback on. But before we get into the stories, shout out to the Child Free gang once again. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please make sure that if you're not subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into these stories. And the first one is titled, I Hate Thinking of the Life That I Have Ahead of Me. I'm a 25-year-old female and I'm currently 30 weeks pregnant, and I have not had the easiest pregnancy. I had to have an emergency cerclage in place and was eventually put on strict bed rest. I didn't want to get pregnant. I was very adamant on it, but my partner convinced me we would be okay. I guess part of me wanted to keep it, as if in the end I wanted to go along with it. I have 2 terminations before this current pregnancy with the same partner. I always knew I didn't want to have a permanent life with him and couldn't imagine being stuck with him for the rest of my life. I've also always known I never wanted to be a mother or start a family. I was on a different birth control at the time each time that I got pregnant. So this girl she's had 2 terminations before this current pregnancy, but she had it with the same partner. Okay. All right. My biggest fear is now coming true, and I know it's all my fault. Since getting pregnant, he has changed his mind on what type of job he wants to do multiple times, yet hasn't been able to hold down a job. He failed his drug test for the Marines, got fired from his job, decided to drop out of becoming a cop, finally got a job as a maintenance man, but hated that he had to work so hard, so he quit. Now he wants to be a cook. He doesn't want to accept any job that comes his way, and he believes he believes that he's above all those jobs. I genuinely hate him. He's so useless. I've been surviving off my disability and have been buying everything for the baby myself. Any money that he gets, he doesn't even think about spending it on the baby. He just buys weed, beer, and food. Anytime I tell him now how stressed I am and overwhelmed I am about how we have no money, he just lashes out at me and tells me that he is trying. I want to leave him, but I have nowhere to go. I'm so embarrassed and ashamed to tell my family and friends. I have no help. I know it's all my fault. These are the consequences of my actions. I knew how he was before getting pregnant, and I should have left a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, definitely should have left a long time ago, but I mean, dang that. I mean, if I was in her situation, I don't care about being embarrassed or ashamed. At the end of the day, if I knew that there was family or friends that can help me out and kind of get me where I need to go so I can plan this better life and future for this baby that's coming, I would do whatever the heck I need to do. Dang this relationship. I'm sorry. Like, you know that this guy was no good from the beginning, but you decided not to, stay. You decided to still stay with him. Which, bad suggestion on your part, but at the same time, it's like, you got a baby coming, so you got to think about this baby's future. So if you got family or friends that you can stay with until you kind of get on your feet a little bit, that's exactly what I would do. I mean, dang this relationship. I mean, see if he needs to pay child support or do what he needs to do, that's what he needs to do. So yeah, I don't care about feeling embarrassed or ashamed. I need to be in a situation where this baby's coming, we can have a better future for each other. So dang this relationship. I definitely would break up with him, move on, and see if I could stay with family or something until I got on my feet. That's what I would do. Okay. This is coming from a parent. Looks like this is coming from a father who actually is regretting parenthood. So here's his story. The title of his story is My Child is My Biggest Regret in Life. I wish I had put my foot down with my ex-partner. I always told her I didn't want a family, and the prospect of having children and being responsible for a child still terrifies me, and he is a 3.5-year-old child. Our kid wasn't planned, and I made my feelings very clear that I didn't want the kid, but it's her body and her choice. I detest not having the life that I wanted that will always be hindered by a choice that someone else made for me. Once we had the kid, I put in so much work, sucked it up, and was there for my boy 100%, while she was in her family, took advantage of my nurture every day of the week. She wouldn't cook, she wouldn't clean, she wouldn't tidy up, and her parents were so intrusive that I would work 14-hour days, come home to cook, clean, and tidy up their mess from babysitting, put our kid to bed, and wouldn't leave the house until midnight, even though I've been up since 5 a.m. with our kid, and would be up until 5 a.m. the next morning to go to work. I have such a severe mental breakdown, I tried to end my life. I was promised support, and I stuck it out within a year, despite not her changing at all. And to make sure that I was there for my son, that didn't last. I had another breakdown and had been suicidal since he was born, and I'm tired of that disassociation from going in turn into the heartless bastard that my mother had married after she divorced my dad. I can't handle the pressure, and I detest being a parent. I hate the tantrums. I have no coping mechanism aside from self-harm, which has changed from biting my nails, which you can see the visible scars, to hitting myself in the head open palm style and bashing my skull against the wall or anything hard enough to cause me pain. Jesus. I've been going to therapy for about a month, and it's slightly helped, but I've felt in such bad habits again. I've absolutely no interest in anything in common with my son. I have no connection. I wish I could turn back time and never have him, but I can't leave because my family will go mental. The only option I feel that I have, is either end my life or cut off everyone and just F off and live myself somewhere totally away from everyone. I utterly hate this, and I'm severely depressed and so detached from the situation I just don't give a crap anymore. If you don't want kids, don't let anyone force you into it. It will ruin your life. Yeah, this guy definitely needs to stay in therapy, because that is doing self-harm and all that kind of stuff, and just that's not a good thing for the baby at all. And he definitely needs to make sure that he is taking care of that. Now, if he needs to get away from, I don't know if he said his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, he needs to definitely, I don't know if well, you mentioned he cleans up and he cooks and all that kind of stuff. You need to just move. You need to move out of that house and get your own place. Go ahead and end that relationship with the mother. She's not doing her part as far as taking care of the kid. And you need to go ahead and live yourself a better life. I mean, that's all you can really do. Because I personally refuse to harm myself in a situation where I know I can just get up and leave. So he didn't say anything about, ending it all, you know what I'm saying? But he mentioned that he was talking about he had very, bad thoughts. And he was mentioning that he pretty much did everything in the house until, and the mom really wasn't doing anything. So I don't know. I'm assuming he probably lives with the family, but I definitely would see about trying to get my own place and going from there. Because at the end of the day, it's like, that's not fair that if he's doing all the work and she's not doing nothing, then they definitely need to work on that. Definitely stay in therapy for sure. Okay. So the last story is titled, I don't regret my kids, but I regret my partner. That happens a lot too, I've noticed. In some of the stories I've been reading, a lot of people actually regret their partners, but they don't regret the baby. Okay, so here's a story. I think deep down in my mind somewhere, I know I genuinely hate and resent towards my partner, mostly because the thoughts of kids originally came from him trying to convince me that he would finally sort his life out when we became a family I could actually write a book about. I'm stupid because I believe him and hoping that maybe things will work out, but it didn't. There was a short period, things were finally looking up, and when tragedy hit, he slipped right back into just making excuses. Every single time I get stressed out and truly get tired of being around the kids' default parent, I honestly wonder I was giving a brain to begin with. I'm one of those moms who's not single, but I'm practically a single parent, so I played myself. I'm trying to better myself in different ways because I think somewhere he feels better knowing I struggle as much as I do. I struggle both mentally with depression and physically. If I broke up with him literally right now after this post, my life wouldn't change. In fact, it would be worse, as I would just be getting lonelier and struggle even more. I really messed up and know that I can't change the past, but the present is disturbing and extremely difficult. Why I choose this difficult life for myself is something I will live to regret. So she doesn't regret the child. She just regrets having the partner that she had the child with. And I don't know what y'all can, I know it's easier said than done to just say, just get up and leave, but you're going to put yourself in a very, very, very bad mental and physical state, because you can see that, you're in a bad situation with your boyfriend, and, your baby's going to definitely sense that energy as well. So if I were her, I would definitely see about making other living arrangements. And if you're not happy, just freaking leave, man. I'm sorry. Nobody is worth me going through a mental breakdown and doing stuff to myself harmfully that I'm going to be doing something to where it's going to be affecting me later on and affecting my child. So I definitely suggest, all these people in all these stories need therapy, and they also need to find better living arrangements so they can take care of their baby in a comfortable environment, and they're going to be better parents in the long run for that. So those are my 2 cents on all these stories, man. I'm gonna put all the stories in the comment section and the links below, so please click on them. If you want to go ahead and post your 2 cents as well, please do so. So shout out once again to the Child Free fam. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like child free content, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram at childfreebw. And if you want to email me, suggestions for newer videos, or if you want to be featured on my child free interviews, make sure that you email me at childfreeblackwoman@yahoo.com. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Take care, guys.